And it's 2 o'clock, everybody. You're listening to KSQM 91.5. This is Papa Jim on this Friday afternoon. Currently, it's 78 degrees outside. Well, as we have every Friday afternoon during Farmers Market, we have the Sequim Farmers and Artisans Market update. And I have Layla Foray with me, along with some guests, Brian and Wendy from Fairview Lake Studios. So we will start with Layla telling us an update for the Sequim Artisans and Farmers Market, and then we'll get on over to talk about Fairview Lake Studios.
We have a quick update for tomorrow. We're going to be there from 9 to 2, and we have a couple fun kids' activities planned. They can come out and see our kids' booth to do some coloring. We're also going to do a scavenger hunt where we're going to hide little animal figurines at all the booths throughout the market. And if they find them, they can come back to the info booth and collect their prizes. We did something similar about a month ago, and the scavenger hunt was a hit, so we're doing it again.
Scavenger hunts are one of those things that's fun no matter if you're 5, 10, or 30.
Yeah. I think everybody played hide and seek as a kid, so it's just I don't know, feels nostalgic to me. Plus,
exactly,
it gives parents a chance to actually shop and enjoy themselves when their kids are at the coloring table, and it's a nice needed break from the parents.
I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then we also have our whole producers row back. So that whole stretch of food growers is back because we're in it now. We're in the peak season. And as of last week, we have berries and cherries. So strawberries you can pick up. And then we also had a couple different vendors bringing cherries to market. I also saw snap peas are in season too. So good excuse to come down and get all the super seasonal produce.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And you still have that matching thing going on, right?
We do. So if you have EBT, WIC, Farmers Market Nutrition Program, come down, talk to us at the info booth. We do a seasonal match program. So for example, with the EBT, we will match you up to $40. So let's say you want to take $40 off your card, we'll give you an additional $40 to spend at the market for free. So your money goes further and you're getting more nutritious produce than you would at a grocery store. And we're super grateful for Sound Community Bank because they fund us every year in order to do that and create that food access for people in the community. So that is definitely going on. The amounts vary between which kind of card you have. So just come on down to the info booth and we can talk to you about it. That's
cool. And it's much healthier food, and it's also
tastier
and local, and you don't have to worry about where it came from.
Yeah.
So, well, very cool. Anything else for us from the market side of things?
Nope, that's the update. We're ready to chat with Brian and Wendy now.
Okay, get out. Well, we have Brian and Wendy from Fairview Lake Studios, and I know a little bit about it just because I asked a little bit about it off air, but tell us a little bit about Fairview Lake Studios and what you do.
Okay. So we make pottery primarily. Brian and I have been making it as a profession, our job, since 2018. And it's kind of evolved. We actually lived in Port Orchard when we started. And the first sales experience we had was starting at our local farmers market in Port Orchard. And we quickly kind of started doing bigger shows and producing more, and then it became our full-time job. And so it was a pretty kind of fun adventure. Brian used to be a heavy-duty mechanic, and I used to underwrite mortgages. And so we found ourselves in a position where we could kind of do what we wanted to. And I
was going to say, now you don't work a day in your life, right?
Right, exactly. No. But so it's kind of evolved over the years, and we moved up to the peninsula it's been about 3 or 4 years now. We always loved coming up here, so we were excited to get to move up here. When we realized we were location independent, we could kind of live where we wanted to. This is where we wanted to settle. And then we were able to bring on our son and his girlfriend to our business it's been about 2.5 years. So that was a fun new adventure, getting to have them start to learn to make pottery and apprentice with us and just kind of let us grow a little bit more. And then it's been about 1.5 years. Last year, we moved to our current location in Sequim, and had a bigger shop finally. We'd always have people asking us, do you do lessons, and it's something we always wanted to do. So then in this last year and a half, we've been able to expand even into offering lessons. We've created a community studio, so people, once they learn some basics, or maybe they already know the basics, they can become members and come use all of our equipment. And so it's been a really neat evolution.
Cool.
From this first day when we sold 5 or 10 pots at the farmer's market, when we had a wheel set up in our laundry room in our little house. We were firing at a different community studio down, so it's been a fun ride.
That's cool. That's very cool. Anything to add in there, Brian?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. Just having fun, getting a big community together. It's interesting to see the people that really fall in love with it, and there's been a few people that have ventured out and bought their own equipment for their home studio now after taking classes. So that's really neat to see. And been fun.
And tell us, how did you discover your love for making pottery?
Well, it all started when I was in high school. My friend talked me into taking a pottery class, and it just kind of started clicking pretty good. So come before too long, I was spending all my time in the pottery studio and kind of got in trouble for it. I'm surprised I graduated because I was in there constant, and just kind of kept at it. After high school, I kind of always knew I wanted to have a pottery studio. It was always that thing in the back of my mind of like the retirement thing. But when we moved up to Washington,
Where'd you move from?
From Utah,
okay.
Salt Lake City. It just kind of seemed like the right time. Wendy and I had bought a studio from somebody before when we lived in Utah, and we had little kids and it was a little harder. And so when we moved up here, we started the little studio. I took lessons at a place called Throwing Mud in Tacoma. And I remember the first class I was in there, I said, this is what I want to do for work. And he looked at me and said, don't quit your day job. And
you have.
Yeah. And I was like, are you sure? And so it was just kind of funny, get him talking, and he would tell me all about all sorts of things, and I would listen intently and gather little bits and pieces. And so we started making functional ware, mugs and bowls, stuff like that. Where in high school, I never made a mug or a bowl. It was all big vases and art stuff. So it was kind of different, but really enjoyed taking that on. And there's a lot of chemistry and math and all sorts of stuff going on there besides spinning the pots on the wheel, let alone being consistent enough that you can have a product line. So
that's cool.
Yeah. And then I just kind of had a feeling of wanting to create a community studio if we could, to just be around more people that wanted to do it and give them the opportunities to come and try that. And then when we moved up here, we were planning on doing the community studio, and then my neighbor asked us if we would teach her how to make pottery, and I was really nervous about it. And we had a mock class with my daughter, and Wendy was in there, and son, and it seemed to work out pretty well. So we decided to try another one, and then it just kind of took on from there.
That's cool. That's and now, like I was saying, you don't work a day in your life because you're doing what you enjoy.
Yep. Yeah.
That's an awesome story. So, what is your favorite thing to make? What are one of your best-selling pieces at the market?
Well, I'd say the favorite thing to make for me, I like making our travel mugs because there's a lot of consistency involved, getting the lids to fit on just right.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, because the clay shrinks about 16%. So, and there's a lot of times that the lids don't fit, and it's a little disheartening. But we still sell them as cups. But that's pretty fun to make just because they're so precise.
Oh yeah. When you said travel mugs, I'm sitting here thinking, how do you get lids on that?
Yeah. Luckily, we've been able to find a few different lids that will fit a range, but they're still pretty touchy. So,
well, hey, you found something, right?
Yeah.
Probably our best seller, the travel mugs are really popular, but people love we make these little ramen bowls. So it's like they have chopsticks and a little notch that the chopsticks sit into, and so
we're gonna have to talk. My granddaughter is a ramen fiend.
We have a lot of people buying those for their grandkids or their kids, because I think noodles and that kind of and they're so multi-purpose too, but people love eating with chopsticks, so those are very popular.
Are they microwave safe where they can
Yes.
heat Okay,
Everything we
perfect.
make is microwave safe, dishwasher safe, is food safe, no lead in the glazes or anything like that. So
Darn it. You working on anything new right now?
we're actually, we've had such an amazing response to our community studio, and it's, a certain portion of the people that will come and take our classes are going to be hooked. And
Right.
so our community's growing. So we've kind of, right now we're at our home location. We have a separate shop on our property, but we're actually looking for a bigger space. There are things that we want to do that we just can't do from our home space. We want to do more family activities, kids activities. We really wanted to do a kids summer camp this year, but we just couldn't make it work from our location. So we really feel like really surprised and happy about how much it seems like people want to get involved with this. So we're looking to expand that. So we need more space and somewhere that's not in, we're on a main road. We're not down a neighborhood street, but we are at a residential location. So we need to find somewhere else.
You're not moving though, right?
No, we're not moving. And if we do get a different location, we have been kind of looking at a few different places. We still hope to keep our little studio open. We have a few people that live right by us, and they, so we'll keep that going too. We're not
Cool.
going to kick anyone out of our little space, and even if we end up having to move certain things to a different location, it is our plan.
Okay, and when is the next time you'll be at the market?
Actually, we'll be there tomorrow. We've been gone for a couple of weeks. We had a couple of out of town art shows, but we will be there tomorrow, and most of the weekends in July we're there as well. So
Okay, do you know where your booth is?
we're close to the totem pole.
Okay. I think Country Amy and Lennon and I might drop in on you tomorrow. I like
Excellent.
dropping by, and I need to buy some tea. So we will be there. I sit there and I kind of go, okay, this could be cool for my grandson. This could be cool for my sister-in-law. And then I'm sitting there going, and where are they going to put it all? So
Sometimes it's us at the market, Brian and or I, and then sometimes it's our son Josh and his partner Brittany, or our son-in-law. So we have there are 5 of us actually that work in our little family business. So we kind
Cool.
of trade off, but yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming in. I think that covers pretty much what you wanted to talk about and what you guys wanted to talk about.
Thank
We're good?
you.
Yeah.
Oh, you bet. No, this has been great. And if you want to come and be interviewed again, get a hold of Layla, and we would love to have you.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody should come down and say hi from 9 to 2 tomorrow, and definitely check out the rest of the selection that they have at their booth. Like, there's something really special about owning a piece of functional art like that and getting to use it every day. Like, one of the first things I picked up from them was a mug, and it's my favorite. And you're getting to support people doing things that they love, and I think that's really meaningful.
Oh, I absolutely agree. We have functional stuff, and anytime I go someplace and see something, I always like stuff with stories.
Yeah.
It's not just I went to that big place on the east end or west end of town and got something out of their kitchen section. We have a lot of pottery and stuff like that. I think it's partially because of my stepmother, but it's something I enjoy. We have some fused glass too, that same kind of thing. So, well, again, thank you very much, and we'll go
Thank you.
ahead and this is Papa Jim, KSQM 91.5.